It's great to be here. Thanks, everybody. I'm Cindy Zeggy-Boylo, and I'm your president and CEO of the National MS Society. This is my neighborhood, so it's wonderful when I get a chance to come. I spent all week last week in Chicago. Week before that, I was in Nashville, I think, and this week I get to be here in my backyard, so it's wonderful to be here on such a beautiful night. When I joined the National MS Society in 1985, my job was to connect people who were diagnosed with MS information, resources, and to each other. To break through that scary feeling of isolation that can occur the moment someone is told, you have MS. Back then, we approached challenges in a similar way to how we do today. Understand what people are feeling and the challenges that they face, and bring together the many perspectives as possible to do something about it. Do whatever it takes to reach a solution, no matter how hard, how complex, or how insurmountable it may seem. At the National MS Society, we have always been persistent, passionate, and hardworking when it comes to solving the sometimes overwhelming challenges of MS. Today, in 2018, we have more tools and are better organized to have impact. We have more opportunities to engage people in the MS movement. Together, we are stronger, and we will do whatever it takes. And this means that we're all in. It means we're laser focused on common goals, and we're moving toward those goals with dogged determination. For breakthroughs to happen, we must be at our best, individually and collectively. This year marked a particularly significant milestone for the National MS Society. We achieved a transformational reorganization of the National MS Society, and we did it because we want to be the most powerful National MS Society possible, one that has impact in people's lives, no matter where they live, that is focused on changing the world, that is clear about what we are going for. We have reviewed each and every program to make sure it's the most impactful and effective use of our resources. At the same time, we assessed what could be expanded and delivered throughout the country using every means available, online, in person, or over the phone. The way we are structured now positions us to reach more people, to make more connections, and to collaborate more, not just in some places, but across the entire country. MS navigators now work as an integrated team to partner with and find solutions for everyone who calls, emails, or writes to the Society. We have the Edward M. Dowd Personal Advocate Program, the case management component of the MS Navigator that addresses the most challenging problems that MS causes. There are, as I mentioned, I've been with the National MS Society and working as a navigator and in many different roles since 1985. And having the MS Navigator, which I knew is a program that Jackie appreciates and is learning more about, we've had it now on board about a year. It's only been about a year since it was fully launched, where we can accept the 180,000 calls a year and respond to the 25,000 individual requests that people have every quarter to be able to move their lives forward. We spend approximately 3.5 hours with each person, not in one sitting, but with each person to solve their challenges, a very important and life-changing service that we're now able to provide, including when the challenges are so great. Really, we need a case manager who will enter someone's home and assess the challenges that they have and develop a plan that could take 9 months or a year to fulfill so that they can live their best lives. And as someone who took calls from people and thought after I hung up 30 years ago, I hung up that phone call, said, we got to get out there. We've got to get to that house. We've got to help that person figure this out. Taking those calls, and sometimes we did. Sometimes we put the phone down and we got in the car. And you know that's not very effective when there are upwards of 500,000 people in the United States who have MS. It's very difficult to do that. We needed a system. So this program, MS Navigator, which I know is so important to Jackie, to me is a dream come true. And we'll keep getting better at it, and I'm so grateful for all of you for supporting the program, and hopefully many of you are also using it. Well, I wanted to present the award now. I wanted to give you a little bit of background to why I'm so excited to be here and then present the award. So we're going to watch a brief video that shows Jackie in action in so many ways. She's just incredible. And somebody is making that happen right now. Mike, thank you. If I knew which button to press, I would, but then also the lights could go out altogether. Here we are.
This was played in Colorado at the convention.
Yes,
right?
so I'll say this. Well, I'm going to present the award in a minute, but this, we didn't have Jackie in person when we presented this award in Denver, Colorado at our national conference, at our leadership conference. So this was on screen in front of 500 people without Jackie to get her award. So we wanted to give her our award today in person.
I'm Jackie Walker. Because Western New York has one of the highest rates of multiple sclerosis in the country, for more than 30 years now, it's been an honor doing whatever it takes to break through MS. Walk MS is our biggest fundraiser, and through rain, snow, and sunshine over all these years, we are there. And the pictures all get posted to our social media pages, spreading the message about what it means to live with MS.
Tough to live with. It changes a whole lot of things about what you can do and what you can't do.
Another way we raise MS awareness by recording a public service announcement each year in the WIDB TV studios. It promotes Walk MS and features local residents living with MS. Christina and her students are ready for Walk MS, Saturday, May 6th at Canal Side.
I was diagnosed with MS last year.
For 30 years, it's been my mission to include the phrase, Western New York has one of the highest rates of MS in the country, in every news story or public service announcement that we broadcast. I believe if people understand that the need is greater here, they will help. Because Western New York has one of the highest rates of multiple sclerosis in the country. Many years we teamed with the Buffalo Bills for a lighthearted Help Sack MS promotion.
So when the Bills get a sack, everyone wins.
Help Sack MS. Call 1-800-FIGHT-MS.
I'll show what a real sack look like.
Sometimes we've raised awareness with billboards. And when we light the Peace Bridge to Canada and other landmarks in orange, you'll see it on the news. We keep our viewers updated on research and new medications. And when monsters scramble through a local cemetery before Halloween, we report on the reasons for this spirited race.
And we still don't have a cause, we don't have a cure.
Well, tonight was also a night to honor champions in the fight against MS. Finally, each year since the 80s, we've had a role in honoring champions from all walks of life who support those with MS. And I am proud to be one of those champions here in Buffalo, New York, for more than 30 years doing whatever it takes to end MS.
It's a great video that put together. It would have been better to have you on a plane and to get you out to that event, but it was great to have the video, and then we have that forever. So today we are here to present the National MS Society Award for Lifetime Achievement. This award recognizes amazing volunteer leaders who have contributed their time, talent, and treasure to make positive impact on the MS community and on people's lives. In order to be considered, even nominated for this award, nominees must have a minimum of 30 years of involvement as a volunteer. They must be engaged broadly. They must provide leadership, serve as a resource about MS, lead and inspire others, and represent the MS Society to the community. You are here because you know that Jackie Walker meets all this criteria and so much more. Jackie has spent over 30 years spreading the word about the National MS Society. She is the longest running, as you know, female news anchor in Buffalo, and she uses her position and her inspiring story and magnetic personality to spread the word and engage people who want to do something about MS. Jackie has been an MC for Dinner at Champions, the Champions on the Move Luncheon, and Walk MS, and more. She's been active in Team Up for MS, a fundraising partnership with the Sabres and the media. She works with her TV station, Channel 4, to donate studio time and airtime for Walk MS and to do videos like the one you just saw. It's thanks to Jackie that the station records and airs the Society's Walk MS promo throughout April. As a leader in the greater Buffalo area, Jackie raises awareness about MS and connects people to the Society. She promotes the Society events on her blog. She is so approachable and is always reaching out to do more. I see Jackie at Walk MS in Buffalo every year, and Jackie is the reason that Buffalo Walk MS is so wonderfully successful, and I know I tell you that every year. People are there because Jackie is there. It's personal for her. She knows the participants. She provides personal encouragement and hope to everyone that she encounters. I hear people say behind Jackie's back that she's really a family member. She's in their living room every night. And it's everyone who says this about Jackie. She's family to many and a special source of support and love to people affected by MS. I'm honored and privileged to present Jackie Walker with the National MS Society Lifetime Achievement Award.
This is like my whole life flashing before me here. That is so very kind, Cindy. I truly, truly appreciate your words. And also because I look around this room, first of all, I did not know who was being invited tonight. I thought there would just be, like 10 of us sitting around talking to each other. But I look around this room and I see people, doctors, people with MS, volunteers from the community who've been on this journey as long as I have. And I truly, truly appreciate what that means and what it means for people living with MS. I prepared 5 minutes of remarks, if you'll indulge me here. I do want to mention I'm completely mortified by this, so let me just say that off the top. I hope you know this was not my idea, not what I expected. As I said, I expected just a handful of people here. But I appreciate the kind thought very, very much because I know that it came from two real champions in this community. One is Larry Montani, you met earlier. Larry has several members of his family who live with MS and has been devoted to this cause over the years, many years we've been together. And the other is one of the great women of Buffalo, a woman who has done so much more than any of us now to help those living with multiple sclerosis. Pam Jacobs-Vogt was married for decades to Dr. Lawrence Jacobs and has always had a hand in some way in seeking new treatments and ultimately a cure for MS. Some 30 or 40 years ago, when my husband's godmother was diagnosed with MS, there was essentially one treatment, and that was a steroid infusion. You went into the hospital for several days, sometimes it helped and sometimes it didn't. That was it. So then Dr. Jacobs came along and doing work that involved some of you here tonight and many people in Buffalo, he hit upon the idea of trying interferon as a treatment. And that touched off decades of new ideas, formulas, treatments, and medications. Today, we still don't have a cure, but someone diagnosed with MS today is immediately introduced to a host of treatment options that did not exist 30 years ago. Didn't exist when I first started working with the MS Society. Now we have about 16 different drug therapies to choose from. So I've been fortunate during my time as a volunteer with the National MS Society to watch all of this unfold and to report it for News 4 viewers and to meet the unforgettable Dr. Larry Jacobs, one of the founding fathers of MS research, and Pam Jacobs, who walked closely beside him during his trailblazing journey. I also want to recognize so many people I've worked with over the years at the Buffalo office of the National MS Society: Art Cardella, Betsy Farkas, Joyce Walsh, Kathy Allen, Elaine Duquette, Kurt Mirando, Tom Haggerty, and now Christy Field and Stephanie, who is with us in Rochester. Many others along the way as well. All of them brought compassion and dedication to their work. My husband, Mike Beato, shares equally in this award because he has been with me every step of the way. He put together the slideshow that you've been watching tonight. He took the pictures, hundreds of them we've been digging out recently. He was with me at almost all of the walks and dinners and events that you see pictured over 30 years that we've been showing. None of this happens for me without Mike contributing his time and his talents and his concern and compassion for people living with MS. Also, I never lose sight of the long-standing support of WIVB-TV Channel 4. It is because this station supports this mission and has for 30 years that thousands of Western New Yorkers are aware that we have a very high rate of MS in this area, and we need to fund research and patient programs offered through the National MS Society. Over these 30 years, we at Channel 4 have had several owners and numerous general managers, and every single one of them, with a little nudge sometimes from Jackie, has decided that it's important for the station to donate a good deal of airtime and digital space on the website to get out the message of the National MS Society. That is a rare and precious partnership, and I have been privileged to nurture that partnership and help carry it forward during these decades. I am extremely relieved, I can't tell you how relieved I am, to find that our new station owner at Channel 4, Nexstar, values community service and this type of partnership. And I'm very happy to say that our general manager, Dominic Mancuso, is here with us tonight. He is the one who has the ultimate decision over continuing our work with the National MS Society. So do what you can to go over and shake his hand and maybe get him a drink from the bar there. Dominic's here, and my boss, my news director, Lisa Polster, is here as well. She's peeking out back there. She makes the choices about what goes on the news, so I'm thrilled to have both of them here. In addition, I consider it one of the great blessings of my life that I have met with and talked to and hugged and shared the stories of so many people who live with multiple sclerosis, and I see some of them here tonight. Joey Mara, you heard from his mother's comments earlier. Joey is believed to be the youngest person to be diagnosed with MS in Western New York. He was 8 years old. I'm very happy to say Joey is now 21 and is working and took the day off to be with us tonight. So I thank you so much for that, Joey. I see Alona Tilwalk back here, who has been a great friend for so many years. Thank you for being here, Alona. I also see Christina Roach in the back. Now here's what you need to know about Christine. She is the mother of 3 children. She was diagnosed 3 years ago. That year, it was just 3 years ago, she became one of the top fundraisers, if not the top fundraiser for Walk MS, and she has beat that every year. She's a teacher, she and her husband both, teachers at New Fame. So it was a long trip for them to come here tonight. Thank you so much, Christina. And I don't mean to leave anybody out. Every person is different, and every case of MS is different, with a unique set of symptoms and challenges every single day with no end in sight. Trying to navigate this disease and the treatments and the programs and the tremendous costs and the insurance rules is overwhelming for one person, but it is a monumental task for a person who has just been diagnosed with MS and had their whole life turned upside down. That's where the MS Navigator program that Cindy has devised and talked to you about, that's just been implemented. That's why it is so important. This organization is offering that help to people. That's been a big change for the MS Society under Cindy's leadership. It is a valuable service that is not offered anywhere else. So, there are new sources of treatment over these 30 years and new help for those with MS, but there is no cure. I believe that cure is coming. I believe the tremendous genetic research happening right now will lead us to the answers we need to find that cure. When that day comes, I hope you will feel satisfaction. Everybody in this area, here in Buffalo, here in Western New York, all of you here tonight, I hope you will feel satisfaction in knowing that you had a hand in bringing that cure to the world. We are so fortunate to be able to make the choices that we make and to be able to be here. So I'm fortunate to have had this opportunity to help in one small way, and I thank you for your support over these years.
Okay, team. Jackie and Mike, you know, it's so nice to have both of you standing together because we see one or the other, and I know of the closeness that you have and the support that he's given you for 30 years. So just thank you so much for all you do to share your life with us every single day and all these years. You know, today there's patients, there's caregivers, there's friends, and there's doctors that live this journey with their patients, and that is a very special thing. And I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. So, and Luke, my son Luke, Larry's my son Luke is in the corner, and he's a great guy, and he's grew up with all of this for all these years, so I do thank him also. So, Channel 4, that's the reason I watch Channel 4, Jackie. So, thank you for being here to show how much you really love her too. So, I mean, this is special. We have so many people, Tony Farah, ARMS, all these groups that we're bringing together. It's a joy. The future is bright, so stay with us, and thank you so much for being part of it. Larry, do you want to close up? Larry's so elegant, you know? He's just wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Mary, on time.